So the sun has set in Marrakesh after another round of ridiculously competitive racing and our 5th different winner of the season. So now it's time to dive in, see how it all played out and what we can take away from round 5 of season 6. So let's start off first of all with our race winner, Antonio Felix Da Costa. He had an incredible performance all day long, starting with getting the whole position. And then the race that followed showed us once again the sort of calibre of driver that Da Costa is. And now, this season, he's got the backing of DS Cheetah and that car behind him. That's a mix that could really set this championship alight. Redemption over last season was well and truly achieved, and 3rd podium in a row and 64 points in the last 3 races. He now sits 11 points ahead at the top of the standings. There's a chance that we may have witnessed a radical strategy with Da Costa and this race. Did they allow Gunther to pass in an attempt to push him into using more energy while saving in the slipstream behind? Meaning that when attack mode was activated and the position could be taken back by Da Costa, he'd have more energy and be able to retain the lead and get his first win of the season and his first win with DS Cheetah.
Winning is the ultimate goal, always. But we're in such a competitive environment and so many good drivers and teams that you really appreciate it when it comes, and you try and savor as much as you can. So I'm just super happy. The team did an amazing job, and it's a hard race for me. Kind of had to, to play a little bit of a strategic game. At some point, Maxi, I got told he had 1% more than me, and for you guys watching, 1% is a lot. So I got worried. I was like, okay, I'm not being able to go away from him, even using more energy. So I try to play him, play with him a little bit, and kind of force him to use the energy. So okay, he's quicker, but he's gonna go past me, but I'll make him use it. So I was able to make that deficit kind of go away and then use it to my advantage later on, and it worked out.
For me, what Jean-Eric Vergne did today in the race was nothing short of remarkable. After having to sit out Shakedown and FP1 due to illness, he made a superhuman-like comeback during the race, starting 11th and finishing 3rd. You could see the condition that Jeb was in when he got out of the car. He was physically exhausted, and with a fraction of the energy that he usually has after securing a podium, especially his first of the season. You have to dig so far deep in yourself, further than most of us could ever dream of, to pull a performance like that out, being so far from physically fit. Maximilian Gunther has been impressing me so much this season. In Santiago, he became the youngest driver to ever win a Formula E race. And today, he showed the mental ability, the patience and the racecraft of a veteran to secure second. The battle with Jev to earn that position showed real class from Gunther. He tried a straight overtake to begin with, but it was the dummy that got the better of the 2-time champion and made it stick.
I think to go away with P2 is something we can be very happy with. We had a good start, good first stage of the race, let's say. Being in 2 for the majority of the race, the 2 Cheetah cars, they passed me, and I had an energy advantage over Jeff. He used all his skills to defend himself until the very end. Finally, with 2 corners to go, I made it stick and really satisfied today with the points for P2.
Just go back to that moment where you did make that overtake on Jev. That must have felt incredible based on the battling that you'd done beforehand. He didn't make it easy for you, but you did it against a 2-time Formula E champion. That must have felt pretty good in the car, right?
Yeah, I mean, in the car, it's always the same who you're fighting against. But now, after the race, of course, you can say that it's nice to have the better end over a 2-time Formula E champion. But yeah, I think just all in all, it was a good day for us, being second in qualifying, second in the race, and yeah, just having a very, very solid day in the office today.
So we have to talk about Mitch Evans. Qualifying today didn't exactly go to plan, even though he did look quick, when the timing mishap from the team meant that the checkered flag came out before he could start his fast lap. but he made up for it big time during the race with a monumental comeback, starting at the back of the grid in 24th, making up 18 places and finishing 6th.
We have a mega package, you know, we can really fight for this championship, and I wanted to really make it clear that we're proper, you know, contenders, and we're not just locked into these results recently. So I hope, you know, that sends a good message to everyone to know that, you know, even though these things can happen, that we can fight back and score good points.
So we've got Mitch's win in Mexico City, we've got the unbelievable comeback drive here, and next up we head to Rome, the home of Mitch's debut Formula E race win. If he and the team can keep up this pace, reliability and performance, there is every chance that Mitch Evans is a real title contender. So I want to give a little mention to Lucas Di Grassi, who has been consistently yet quietly scoring points in the last 4 races. He made up quite a few positions today as well. He started 13th, finishing 7th. One of those moves came when he took 2 drivers in one go as they went 3 wide into a corner. Consistency is key in Formula E, and with Lucas's consistent point scoring, a win could really put him in the mix. The energy management aspect of today's race showed us once again just how crucial it is to be efficient in Formula E. This is honestly such a unique, challenging yet fascinating aspect of the championship, where every percent can make a real difference in the race. Today's race was the definition of clean racing. There was no yellow flags, there was no crashes, it was only Alexander Sims that retired from the race after a mechanical issue, yet the race was still competitive and action-packed, and you have to love that about Formula E. Next up, we head to Rome for the first of the European races, and in the past 2 seasons, that is a track that has been a real equaliser. But as for now, that's it from Marrakesh, and we'll see you in Rome.